Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Last of Us channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Do not miss Janice Okowa's Just Act Normal on BBC Three. Its 6 episodes are adapted from Okowa's Bruntwood Award-winning 2013 stage play Three Birds, originally starring Michaela Seal. I was steeled for bleakness because of the usual trajectory of stories such as this. 3 home-alone minors in a Birmingham tower block flat whose drug-addicted mother is no longer around scrabble to evade being sucked into the care system. The kids are brilliantly played by newcomers, Shani Taylor as 17-year-old Tiana, Aiken Subair as the other teenager, Tyan, and Kadra Walker-Wilkie as 9-year-old Tanika, pert and sparkly, practicing her dance for a school competition. Theirs is a survival odyssey against the odds. Affirmations, sing-alongs, but also poverty, vulnerability, wet beds, and the paralyzing fear of a knock on the door. Elsewhere, a drug-dealing loser, Dr. Feelgood, turns out to have a good heart beating beneath his cheap leisure wear. Drug dealing requires gravitas, which is something you lack, he's informed. Even the children's deadbeat dad isn't a monster. Tanika's teacher, Miss Jenkins, seems the nicest of all, though you start to wonder what's needy and wriggling beneath her golden, benevolent surface. Just Act Normal delivers on multiple levels, a sociological comment on the care system, with whiffs of early career Ian McEwan, a darkly realized comedy drama, and a grim fairy tale about stress, danger, lack of childhood safety, best exemplified by the siblings' routine of sitting outside a posh house imagining they live there. The series is a little baggy. It doesn't need the full 6 episodes, but it's a gem. The Last of Us, HBO's video game turned dystopian thriller, is back for season 2. Featuring fungus-themed zombies terrorizing a broken, cordyceps-infested future world. Echoes of the COVID pandemic are loud and clear. Created by Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, the first series saw Joel staggering through the smoking ruins of personal trauma to get to safety with fiery, stubborn Ellie, a teenager immune to the cordyceps virus. The new 7-parter is set 5 years on, with the pair in the quarantine zone town of Jackson, Wyoming. Ellie is at odds with her ersatz father, Joel, spending her time on fungi slaughtering patrols, or moodily booming out foraged grunge music cassettes. Iced out by Ellie, Joel even more resembles Burt Reynolds brutally battered by a cyclone. He's even resorted to seeing a booze-sipping therapist, whose infected husband he dispatched. I've only seen the opener, and though things do happen, they happen slowly. Ellie's emerging sexuality manifests in a crush on her friend Dina. There could be a new breed of zombie to deal with, and trouble brewing from a gang led by Abby, whose kin were killed by Joel. There's even a crash through a floor redolent of the video game origins of The Last of Us. Overall, however, it's all a bit auto-dystopia, even sluggish. Still, in the last series, a brilliantly evocative 3rd episode featuring Nick Offerman and Murray Bartlett got the engines sparking. I'm keeping the faith that the mushroom apocalypse will deliver again. Sometimes it's just fun to succumb to a preposterous psychological thriller featuring plush emulsion paintwork and women with air-wrapped hair. Adapted from the Alex Dahl novel Playdate, Catherine Moulton's The Stolen Girl is 5 episodes of deluxe implausibility. In our UK culture of overprotective parenting, would flight crew mom Elisa let her daughter go on a playdate with a girl whose mother, Rebecca, she met only minutes ago, even if her house does have a sumptuous kitchen with the dimensions of an aircraft hangar? When the lush gaff turns out to be a holiday let, and Rebecca and the girls go AWOL, would the police response be so lackluster? In the event, Rebecca manages to smuggle the trio all the way to France to hide out in a mini chateau, the case pursued by Ambika, Maud's dogged journalist. Jim Sturgis plays Elisa's lawyer husband, but this is all about the women, as any glossy, self-respecting 21st century psychological thriller should be. The cast go for it, but it's pure mini-break noir. I try to concentrate on the secrets and murk of the convoluted plot but keep getting distracted by the shabby Euro chic of the mini chateau. The Stolen Girl is totally absurd and strangely Moorish. Over to Apple TV Plus 4 new, highly irregular U.S. dramedy government cheese. Set in Los Angeles County in the late 1960s, it stars David Oyelowo as Hampton Chambers, a a fraudster who emerges from prison, born again, only to be received with shrugging ennui by his wife. One of his sons has chosen pole vaulting over education, the other is angry and politicized. Undeterred, the preternaturally optimistic Hampton wants to hawk his make-or-break invention, a self-sharpening drill bit, to an aerospace company. Government cheese, a reference to state-distributed welfare food, attempts to take the concept of U.S. suburban aspiration and warp it, Coen Brothers / Wes Anderson style. Everything and everyone feels tilted, off-kilter, including the music. 1 minute rootsy or gospel-y, the next a blast of can. There's an intriguing, willful surrealism here. It's like looking at the American dream in the back of a spoon. Halfway through the 10 episodes, however, and the studied whimsy starts to weigh a little heavy. 5 years after the fire that devastated the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, historian Lucy Worsley pays the restoration team a well-timed visit to scrutinize the final stages, docuseries with a difference, taking a backstage look at the trials and tribulations of some of the UK's leading young defending legal counsels as they fight for justice for their clients. So, what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.